Pardon?
In the middle. Right in the middle.
Apologies, we have been having a couple technical issues, but we do appreciate your patience. Now, as many of you are aware, we are here for a phenomenal good cause tonight, which is Martletts Hospice. Many of you have done the raffle as well. All this money is going to go to a good cause. Now, Martletts Hospice predominantly look after cancer patients and their families. It's very much care in the community. It's a big part of what a beer and a bard is about. All the door money, all the raffle money is going to go to charity. We just want to give back to the community. As a proud Brightonian, I just want to thank all of you for coming out as well. And we try to support as many local artists as we can. So if we have a quick hand for all the artists, we've got many more to come. Now, we have got one further afield. Our next artist is a comedian from Edinburgh. It's Johnny Crew. If I can see Johnny Crew, but I'm blind as a bat with these lights. So, apologies. Can't see if Johnny's ready. There he is. He's making his way through the crowd. A big hand for Johnny Crew, the comedian from Edinburgh. The stage is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hiya. I'm Johnny Crew. I'm from Edinburgh. I'm going to deliver a bit of Crew connection, a bit of Crew comedy, and a bit of Crew coaching. This is my first big gig actually. I've done a lot of like open mic nights, but this is the big one. This is the one I'm going to try and steal from on. Like the thing is, stand-up comedy. I mean, I remember like last year, maybe 18 months ago, thinking to myself, like, right, Johnny, let's move to Brighton. Yeah, let's change our name, stage name, and let's become someone different. And that's the thing about Brighton. That's what Brighton's offered me. That new lease of life. The liberal sense that the whole city's got. And I love the place. It's my second home. I feel as though I'm a Brightonian born in Edinburgh, if that makes any sense to anybody. So Crew comedy is something I've written for the last couple of years, and it's just, I mean, it's all about telling stories. I mean, when I first arrived in Brighton, 4 or 5 years ago, I remember arriving, and I was in a bit of a bad place, and a lot of money and a lot of time to spare, and you know, and I was like, kind of like, as a man, I was looking for a female company. So I ended up looking around town, the Walk of Shame, for a sauna, for sex to pay for. So anyway, I ended up in this. I found a particular sauna, and I goes in, you know, and I sees the staff there, and I says, "All right, mate, you know, you're a bit sort of shady because you're buying sex." So, you know, I was trying to be as clandestine as I possibly could. And the first guy was like, "Yes," I said, "Yeah, you didn't have to talk. There's no dialogue. You knew what I wanted, and vice versa." So anyway, this other guy comes through from behind the office at the back there, big bush guy. And suddenly at that moment, I realised that I was in. I mean, I'm straight. I realised I was in a gay sauna. So I kind of like try to like. I mean, the guy they knew I was straight. I got a bit of a warm on, but everything was fine, and I left. But I think Brighton, like, kind of like, it's got that. If you've never been to Brighton before, and you try and sell it to somebody, it's quite difficult because you have to be here and live it and know the score, which is what I'm doing now. And as you can see, I'm on stage, becoming probably one of the best comedians you'll ever see. But that's another story. That's the time I stay. I feel I'm like cheese. You know, it's like a bit of like a process. It takes time. So just bear with me, yeah. But coming to Brighton and becoming Johnny Crew is it's a dimension that I never thought existed until I come to this city. And it's the only city I've ever been to be honest with you, where I was in a flat and this girl had been busted by the police for selling drugs. Like, I think it was amphetamine and marijuana. So this happened like on the Saturday. I appeared there on the Tuesday night, one night, and she's actually, as I walked in the front door, she's on the phone. So I just let her, you know, she's on the phone, to put the kettle on, whatever. She's actually on the phone to the police, and she's demanding back her marijuana and her amphetamine. And to my fucking, I was like, I couldn't believe it. But the point I'm making is, the police, for medicinal purposes, gave her back all the drugs. And I was sitting there like thinking, this isn't happening in Edinburgh, I've never seen that happening anywhere else. I was like, only in Brighton does somebody get busted and get their drugs back. Love the place, great place. I mean, it's very, that says it all, I suppose. And becoming the Brighton blogger, Johnny, because I'm the Brighton blogger, self-proclaimed. I do a lot of live stuff on Facebook and whatever on TikTok. But I feel Brighton gave me that. No other city, I think, would give you that. You know, there's no other place in the UK I've been to, I've been all over, that gives you that kind of like sense of being yourself. And there's no such thing as a procrastination state in Brighton if you've got the balls. Well, literally not. It's a metaphor. But if you've got the balls to go and do what you want to do, and Brighton's got all. As you can see, I'm on stage in front of all you guys, blagging to be a comedian. I think I'm doing all right, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of people watching at the minute. We've got live social media streams over there and things like that. So this is my first gig, and to be honest with you, I thank Jack Levo Presents for giving me this opportunity. Jack, what Jack? But to be fair to Jack, I think Jack knows a good thing when he sees one. So what can I say? Self-proclaimed stuff. But I wrote a lot of stuff recently over the last couple of years, and I find myself being very prophetic. I call this crew comedy and also call it crew coaching. There's a bit of mixture in there. And the crew coaching side is, I think that writing is very empowering. Anybody that writes here, it's an empowering thing and becomes a prophecy if you believe in what you're writing. And I started writing about all this, what's happening right here 4 years ago, and now it's all come to fruition. And that's my point. That's the crew coaching side of it. That you know, I always feel as though the universe. I mean, some people can phone their friends and say, "Well, no, he didn't get back to me, or he took 2 days to get back to me, or she didn't get back to me." The universe got back to me quite quickly because I spoke to it, and I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds a typical, you know, the millennial thing where people. But I genuinely experienced that, and that's why I'm trying to share it with us now. Here we are in Brighton, the Brighton blogger Johnny Crew. Crew connection, crew comedy, crew coaching, crew consultancy. There's a whole lot in there, but the comedy side of it is, I mean, I was living in a hotel about a year ago, Christmas time, and in the hotel I was living in, I had a good friend of mine. She was a transvestite, transgender. I think she was, I don't know what, but she was, I don't know the biology side of it, but she was definitely dressed as a woman night and day, and she was, her name was Kelly, lovely woman, and we became good friends. And I remember one, I think it was Christmas morning, not gone just the year before, we shared a taxi, arranged to share a taxi. So she went meet me at 5 AM at the front of the hotel. So I'm outside the hotel, 5 AM, freezing cold, still waiting this friend of mine. So the taxi shows up first. So I'm talking to the taxi driver and what have you, and the next minute, Kelly appears, this man, mountain man, huge man, dressed as a female. Not a bad looking bloke, by the way. But so I jumps in the passenger seat, and the taxi driver jumps out and helps Kelly with all the stuff to get in the boot, or bits and balls and what have you. And she's dropped me off in town from Hove back into Brighton. So I jumps in the passenger seat next to the taxi driver. Now at this point the taxi driver is assuming that Kelly is a woman, which is fair enough. So Kelly jumps in the back, I'm in the passenger seat as we pull off. So as soon as Kelly opens her voice, being a man, you know, being masculine, it's like, this taxi driver's face was a picture. Because he looked at me thinking that I was with Kelly, and I'm looking at him thinking, no, she's just my mate. And the taxi driver, the look at the guy's face was like, and I think that's, the point of the story is that's Brighton to a T. You know, it's like, there's different things it throws at you all the way, and it's a journey, and it's a special journey. And I think we should all embrace that and enjoy it, because it doesn't happen anywhere else in the UK. And I've been all over. So if you're a Brightonian, or if you're like myself, you're a Brightonian born in Edinburgh, or wherever it may be, appreciate the city, love the city, embrace it, just be yourself, you know, just because that's why Brighton is here, that's why it's on the map for us all to just come here and just be yourselves.
Brighton's fucking cool because
Yeah.
it's a London man.
Yeah.
Take a piss in London,
Yeah.
man.
It's impossible to take a piss. But in Brighton you get away with murder. Not literally, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. No, you're right. It's so, I mean, a copper could, I mean, it's the only place I think that I've been to that, like, you can actually ask a copper with a joint in your hand for a light. You might not get a light, but you won't get nicked. Do you know what I mean? It's got that, like, it's just got that vibe of it. And I mean, I'm not going to emphasise it anymore because I keep talking about Brighton, but we all know what Brighton is, that's why we're all here, whether you're Brightonian or not. And I certainly was drawn here through majestical stuff. Things that, like, I mean, I had a dream once that I actually woke up on Brighton Beach before I'd ever been to Brighton. I fell asleep on the beach, I woke up and the tide come in and it soaked me to here. And anyway, 2 or 3 years later, I moved to Brighton. And during Pride, we've got Marky on the beach and we're all having it, and you can imagine what it's like, and da-da-da, and all sorts of drugs and sex and what have you, what Brighton does best, I suppose. And I actually fell asleep in the spot that, with the dream that I had, and woke up to my waist in water. So it was hindsight. That's how. Anyway, the point I'm making is, I think it's a special place, as I've said before, and I think people. I've noticed a lot of Brightonians because there's not many here. There isn't many here, but that's you've got a Brightonian in the background. Yeah, nice outside you spoke up, bro. Because listen, I say that I'm a Brightonian born in Edinburgh. That applies to a lot of us, no matter what part of the country or the part of the UK you come from. As I said, it's just magical, and it's produced Johnny Crew, which is me. Because I mean, no other city, no other circumstances would have produced Johnny Crew. I mean, my real name is Johnny Macmillan, but just the whole change in my demeanour, my thinking, and what I do with myself, all stems from a visit or two to Brighton. So I'm really plugging Brighton here. So I'm hoping the tourist board at some point, I'm maybe on board here, maybe going to give me a bung, because I'm a struggling writer, blogger, stand-up comedian. Well, I say stand-up comedian, but I mean, you know, I'm trying. It's my first big gig, and the good thing about this gig is I can't see anybody, which is wicked, because it's like I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's like, well, put it this way, some people like sing in the shower, which you do. We all sing in the shower. I do stand-up in the shower. No, I do. And as you can see, I'm getting there. But yeah, so I just wanted to come tonight through Jack Leovold, the Leovold Presents, to give me this opportunity to become the next big thing, the next big thing in Brighton. Because I believe that. I believe what I've got to offer is nobody else does it quite like I do. And you can all, you know, you go away tonight, you can wake up tomorrow sober and go to work and chat. But I think keep your eyes open and just keep your ears open for myself. And it's not about the comedy side of things, because I mean, I was never really a comedian anyway. It was more about the coaching side and preaching and trying to make people think. I think the world would be a better place if everybody thought how I thought. That might sound crazy, but that's very, very true. But I mean that might apply to all of us, because I think we all have that, hopefully being Brightonians, or Brightonians born in certain other cities, that we are all one. We are all Crew Connection.
Very loud idea, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Awesome, mate. Yeah. Well, because it's a bit. I mean, I suppose it's kind of like, you know, you get like people say, "Oh, I can't go out to the shops to get a pint of milk because maybe they've got bad anxiety," right? And I visualise this person who's got, bless them, got bad anxiety, and there's, you know, it's like the shops. It's like, you know, they're like shit. And it's like, the thing is, we all share the same anxiety. All of us have that. It's a social thing. It's not an individual thing. And the sooner we all kind of learn that, I think the world will be a better place.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Go on.
I think Jim Carrey said it best.
What did Jim Carrey say?
He said life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. I think that's
Somebody stop me. Yeah, Jimmy, but I like Jim Carrey. I like that too. Good stuff, nice man. But being on stage, Crew Connection style. I hope you all enjoyed my quick. You know, it's you got to start somewhere. As I don't say, you don't have to be great to start anything. You have to just start it to be great, and that's my intentions at the minute, is to become the next best thing since fucking sliced bread, and that's called belief. And that can be, people can also. I mean, there's a lot of haters. People reach out to me, and they kind of like, my best friends at school hated me at first doing Johnny Crew. Now, 4 years later, they just want to be part of me. Now, what I'm saying is that I wrote something called "In order to influence society, one must first learn the art of war." Now, that's a psychological thing on my part, and that applies to anybody else who wants to maybe influence or or do something different that's going to make people like maybe like, you know, look up and take notice. And that is that no matter what flack gets thrown at you, no matter what people say to you, what messages you get or what you hear on the street, keep pushing your agenda. No matter what, and that's where you will. I mean, I got offered a chance to become a politician's mate recently, Labour Party. I knocked it back purely because this guy didn't even know me, and he wanted to take me on, and he offered me the world, and there was nothing sexual in it at all. It was just, I just didn't feel. I felt as though he'd seen something online or something, and he was all over me. I just felt, no, see, that's fake, that's false. I'm here for the people. I've always said Crew Connection has never ever been about me, it's always been about we. And that is Crew Connection. So guys, from the Brighton block of Johnny Crew, my first stand-up gig in Brighton. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's not been easy, it's been tough. But I think there's more to come. I think, yeah, I think
Where's the sexy sauna?
the sexy sauna. I think Grand Parade for homosexuals.
Yeah.
Anyway, but anyway, yeah, guys, thank you. God bless you all. I just need to. This is all an experience for me. I'm looking at the bigger picture than this today, so I've come along to get a bit of experience and just get that Brighton thing going down. What's going down in Chinatown, that kind of thing. So from the Brighton Bloggers Johnny Crew, from Crew Connection, from Crew Comedy, from Crew Culture, thanks very much. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you.